This episode is being recorded out of Shop Talk Podcast Studio in Oak Park, Michigan. For more information, visit shoptalkpodcaststudio.com.
Welcome back. Talk That Shit podcast with your boy Freeze. My homegirl Dandridge. What's up, Dandridge?
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
I can't complain.
I'm here with peace and love.
Man, my homeboy GCon up in here. What's going on, G?
What's up? I don't know about all that peace and love crap. Somebody needs to be, you got to be the antagonist. So just make that me.
Okay. Somebody need to be flogged and quartered.
That too.
Oh, man. So what we talking about today? There's so much stuff going on. What we talking about today, G?
Yeah, it's a lot happening. A lot going on. But one, not sure if a lot of people know about this, but recently, let's just back up. Recently, in terms of HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities, from a football perspective, football has always been big in terms of homecoming and just the game and the players in general, and a lot of times being not necessarily being seen like they once were in the past. So hence, Deion Sanders became the coach at Jackson State. That brought a lot of attention back to HBCUs.
Eddie George
down at Tennessee State. And then recently, Grambling University hired Hugh Jackson, who was once a head coach in the NFL with the Raiders as well as the Cleveland Browns. And he's had numerous other stops. Well, that was a big hire in amongst itself. But last week, they made a hire for offensive coordinator by the name of Art Briles, which was a very controversial hire. And why that was so controversial is because Art Briles was the former coach at Baylor University. And while he was at the helm, Baylor was embroiled in a scandal of sorts regarding sexual misconduct amongst several of the football players, and he was supposedly a part of a cover-up and so on and so forth. So in 2016, he lost his job. And since that time, he has had trouble finding other work. He's coached high school ball in Texas, and
wow,
he was supposed to coach in the Canadian Football League, and people were up in arms about that. So he ended up stepping down, and he resigned before he even got a chance.
Damn.
And Grambling hired him. However, Grambling was standing by it. Several notable alums, Doug Williams, said, "Hey, I'm not on board with this." Jamil Hill came out and said, "I don't think it's the right thing." A lot of people voiced their opinion regarding it and weren't necessarily in line with it. And earlier this week, Monday, he decided to step down, resign. He said he didn't want to be a nuisance or a distraction. So the question here that I raised to the group and the others listening is, when is your penance truly paid?
Right. Yeah.
Are you always? Because if we go by this now, I got another nugget to drop for people later, and my folks, they're gonna love this one. But if we go by this, people who have committed crimes and who have gone to prison, shit, they just never get a second chance. Fuck it, you're done the rest of your life. You'll never get a job.
Right. Exactly.
Well, in all actuality, they don't. They're legally discriminated against. Whether it's housing, employment, all types of different statuses, they are voting. They're legally discriminated against.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if we can go that far, but let's keep it going.
Well, no, I'm just saying. The point I'm trying to make is, at some point in time, I'm saying they shouldn't be either. Is my point. The point is, we say that when you send somebody to jail or prison for a 10-year sentence, that is, it's supposed to be punitive but corrective in nature. So that way, when they get out, you're giving them a second chance at life. But if you can't get a job, right, or you can't vote, or you don't have any place to live, then you are going to resort back to whatever it was that paid you in the first place. Now, that's actually a separate conversation, but the point I'm trying to make is, at what point in time is your penance truly paid? If you do something and you make a mistake and you say you're sorry, and then you are no longer, does that mean you're never able to coach another football team ever again in life?
Yeah, I want to say, it's horrible because, like you said, when is your penance repaid? Everybody knows every time you help. Sorry about that. Everyone knows what you've done wrong, but they will never let you live it down, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? It's just like any type of reputation. If you're a reputation for a liar, you're always gonna be known as a liar. You know what I'm saying? If you're a thief, you're always gonna be known as a thief, even if you paid your dues to society. So it's wrong as hell. Don't get me wrong. It's wrong, but I hate to say it, but that's society. You know what I'm saying? Because, think about it. Mike Vick, when he came back after doing his jail sentence, they didn't want him playing in the NFL again. They didn't want him to get a freaking job as an announcer on Fox. You know what I'm saying? Like, God dang, can a nigga make some money? You know what I'm saying? He did his time. You know what I'm saying? But he's continually to pay for it in society's eyes. You know what I'm saying? And that's ridiculous. That's I think it's unfair.
And when you go back and look at when you look at some of the specifics of this case regarding the Baylor situation, in some instances, they determined that the complaints of sexual misconduct didn't actually reach his desk. Like the police in Waco, is where Baylor is, and some of the other folks got wind of it first, and they just kind of said, "Oh, no, that's our star player."
Wow.
Team. Right now, that's not to say that some of them did not come across his desk.
right.
So that's not to say that.
So some of them didn't, but when you look at the investigation that they had to do because of the Title IX policy, there was a good amount of information that did come to his desk, and he failed to act, even in the most basic level. Now, does that mean he can't learn from that and move on? But if you read through some of these text messages that came out in this investigation, he really was dismissive of young women's claims. And I would venture to say these were probably young white women, and race matters.
There were young white women with big black men.
Hey, I'm just thinking about Baylor and the demographics. I'm going to go on and say they're probably, So I think that matters, right? So you do have instances where there was one young lady who claimed a football player brandished a weapon on her. I think it was a firearm. There was another one who said that she was exposed as a masseuse, and they were like, well, what do you want us to do? You're a stripper. Like, no, I'm a massage therapist. Right? So this is what comes out in this investigation, and that matters when you are that derelict in just your basic duty to protect. I wonder about that.
No, that's true. That's true. I'll bring something else up, though.
When she said protect, though, I'm just going to keep it real. He did protect the players. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest about it. He probably didn't protect the young ladies and whatnot. Hey, but I'm going to keep it real. If my son is going to a coach, I want a coach that's going to try to save his ass too. I'm just keeping it real.
Well, to that point, ass saving on numerous fronts has been happening for decades.
True.
By that, I'm talking about, I was making a pun there too, but what I was really saying is this is not something that is brand new in terms of universities having athletes who have either committed a crime or had some form of sexual misconduct be brought to them where they said, hey, well, can you go over there and talk to her? And maybe we should just lose that file because we really need him to play in this game Saturday.
Right.
Yeah, now is not the time for this. Like, somebody can handle this. That's been happening for a long time.
Oh, of course.
Now, once again, that does not make it right.
Agreed.
At all.
Yeah, I feel like you're saying like this like this oppression Olympics now, right? So it's been happening, so we should just continue to.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I think you have to okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that this is not the. There are others who have done this. This is not the first instance of this. And those same individuals either went on to continue coaching or living their lives or doing whatever the hell happened. We didn't treat them the same way. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't have treated them the same way. I'm just telling you that we didn't. However, I got a juxtaposition here, and this is what I was talking about. This is where, because we're talking about historically black college, right? So we're talking about black people who actually had an issue with a white man who had done something, who was trying to get a second chance.
No, saying it out loud is hilarious.
I'm saying, you would actually think.
Here's the thing. If you ain't gonna protect these blonde-haired, blue-eyed white girls, Tamika ain't got a goddamn chance on our campus. You can't be here.
But Tron does. Tron taking his ass straight to the lead.
You can't be.
And guess what? When you walk into, I hate to say this, it's gonna sound bad. We've made several controversial statements on here.
Yes.
But guess what? When you walk into Tron, Cantrell, and Dedrick's house, and you talking to them, and they know that you coach RG3 and what's the other receiver that's been having some problems? Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Gordon. Yep. Gordon. Yep. When they know you've coached those individuals who gone into the NFL, done well, and you just churned out stars there for a period of time. Mm-hmm. That's all they care about.
True.
They don't care about whether or not.
I don't disagree with you.
You do?
I don't disagree.
Oh, okay,
with
okay. I was gonna say they don't care. They don't care about whether or not you actually put the file to the police when Becky said that you grabbed her ass at the frat party and it was unwanted. They don't give a damn.
Right.
I don't. What I do take objection to, though, because what's been happening, right? People having it came up in this conversation just organically, making this sort of parallel to Mike Vick. Like, oh my God, this is look at Mike Vick, and I don't find that to be the same thing. Like, Mike Vick had legitimate consequences. He had to go to jail during the time of his career. He lost all of his money. He lost his freedom. He lost his liberty. Brown got
right. He got fired. Yeah, it's not extreme. Yeah,
it's not even. They said you can't work here no more.
Right.
You got to go home, enjoy the fruits of whatever prior labor you had, live in your house, drive your car, fuck around, do what you want to do. You done got fired. Right. It's not the same thing. And I'm like, nah,
it ain't the same.
This ain't the same. And then Mike had to claw his way back. And let's be clear. Listen, I don't want the PETA people coming after me talking shit. But we're talking about people, right? Young women and dogs.
Yeah.
Some people would equate them as the same. I don't.
Yep.
I don't see animals as people. I do not see that.
No, I don't either. We talking about practice.
Right.
We're talking about practice. Right. We in here talking about practice. So that's just, I'm like, no, that's not the same thing. This is not the same equation. Again, Mike Vick went to jail for dog fighting at the same time. Sarah Palin was a candidate for vice president holding up moose heads on Facebook. So, I mean, again, I'm out that conversation, but I do think.
And with that being said, all of them got jobs again.
All of them got jobs. Right. And Art gonna get a job too.
You know he is.
100% he gonna get a job.
I don't know. If you can't work at a damn black college, where the hell can you work at?
I'm about to be racist. Duke.
I'm saying that was bad. That's why I didn't even address that one. But my point is this: I'm not saying that. I'm saying that currently, if you look at college football